Hey everyone, we're back in South Beach for Art Deco weekend, but on today's walking tour, we're going to be exploring the south of 5th neighborhood here in Miami, Florida's South Beach. Now, if you're thinking about moving to Miami, if you're looking for a place where you want to be in the middle of the action, 5 or 6 minutes away from all the nightlife, but you want to come back every night and kind of have some peace and quiet, might I suggest exploring the south of 5th neighborhood. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're currently on 5th Street and Ocean Drive. Once again, it is the Art Deco weekend, so there's tons of activities, tons of outdoor activities, car shows going on for the Art Deco weekend. So we just were filming a video on Ocean Drive, but I want to give you an in-depth look of exactly what it would be like to live an ordinary life here in the south of 5th neighborhood, going all the way down to South Pointe Park as we are overlooking the one and only Fisher Island. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this walk started through south of 5th. You will note that you still have a lot of Art Deco buildings. So you do have that original feel of South Beach, but with more of modern architecture and structures with the new condominiums that have been going up all along South Pointe Park. So you really get the best of both worlds. But you don't get too much of that tourist traffic that you do down Washington Avenue, Collins Avenue, and Ocean Drive. So you're close enough to the action where you could participate in it on a daily basis, but come back to an apartment or a condo that's going to be relatively quiet, overlooking the water. You also have some great dining and restaurants here. One of my favorites being the Smith & Wolinski that sits right in South Pointe Park. There's a beautiful outdoor dining area overlooking Fisher Island. But you also have Joe's Stone Crab, which is very good too, which we'll see. It's also a beautiful day here. It's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit and partly cloudy. Might I suggest if you're moving down here and you don't want the hassle of having a car, I would just buy myself one of these Vespas or a scooter. They'll run you about $1,200, but they're so convenient to have and you can pretty much get around anywhere. Here you have the Local House, which is a hotel and restaurant. Just the vibe of everything down here is very, very nice.
Should be at the top of that.
Coming into view after the park, you're going to start to see a lot of the newer developments, the newer architecture come into play. This one is almost like kind of like a hidden new development. But it is definitely not Art Deco. Going for more luxury. More of like a cabana type feel. And notice how quiet it is here. I mean, it is Art Deco weekend. If you walk 10 minutes up Ocean Drive, you're going to have literally thousands of people partying, having a good time. But once you walk south of 5th Street, it's very quiet, very peaceful. This is now 3rd Street. You have Nikki Beach to the left. This is overlooking towards Miami Marina. That's also towards Alton Road, which will take you over the MacArthur Causeway as you head towards downtown Miami. Really like the contrast of the palm trees against the buildings here. Very colorful too. You have bright blue buildings, bright white, pink and orange. It's really quite nice. Okay, we're now at Collins Avenue and 3rd Street. This is a really good example of what I was talking about. You can see those brand new condos. Much different architecture than the traditional Art Deco. And that's what's really attracted a lot of new, younger people down here. Is that luxury living with a lot of the amenities in the newer buildings. We'll cross and make a left.
Yeah, pretty much. But then it goes to the point after I looked at it, I was just like, actually, like, I would rather like on the stairs. So I booked my realization and just done 30 minutes from home. We got really funny with the fact that I booked my appointment.
Really beautiful scenery here. You can see in the distance, those are really a lot of the new condos, new rental apartments that have gone up. I should say newer. And it's really a great quality of life. Like an unmatched quality of life down here. This is now 2nd Street. You have the big pink across the street. And in the back, that beautiful new development overlooking the water. In just a few more blocks, we're going to walk right into South Pointe Park. And since it is a Sunday, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty busy. You're going to see a lot of people getting exercise, having picnics, walking their dogs. It's a really cool kind of community event out there with incredible views of downtown Miami, as well as Fisher Island. Here you have some of the restaurants. You also have a Motek, which is Israeli food. I think it's on 1st Street. Motek has a lot of locations at the Aventura Mall as well. And they have some locations in Brickell, Miami. Just overall a really nice environment here. You have Nick's Pizza right here. And then we're getting close to Joe's Stone Crab. This looks like a cigar place too. A little newsstand.
We'll see how it goes, you know?
All right, this is now Washington Avenue. If you were to make a right and go all the way up Washington, that'll run you into Espanola Way. Here you have the Pura Vida, which is a good place to grab lunch or brunch. But we're going to head down by the Joe Stone Crab. This is getting into my favorite part of South of 5th. You're going to see the valet. You're going to see the main entrance to South Pointe Park, and also where it merges with the Miami Marina. Really pretty landscaping too with the Calusia. All right, here you have the takeout. So this is where you would go to Joe's if you wanted to take away or takeout food. This is very, very famous establishment here in South Beach. And this is as you're going to head down towards the steakhouse, which we talked about previously. Since 1913. You can only imagine the views from the apartments up there. And here is South Pointe Park and the main entrance to Smith & Wolinski. You can see a lot of these beautiful luxurious condos here. If we were to make a left, this will take us all the way down to Nikki Beach. But this is the main entrance. I'll go to the wide angle lens. This is the main entrance to the Joe Stone Crab. Okay, let's go ahead and cross. Here you have it, South Pointe Park, Smith and Walensky. Now those big buildings in the distance, that is Fisher Island. It's a very, very expensive and exclusive island here in South Florida. And there's actually a new development that's going up called 5 Fisher. This way is looking towards downtown Miami. And this is all right in your backyard if you move to the South of 5th neighborhood. Just a really incredible park. Waterfront views. You could see the Zaha Hadid building in downtown Miami. You could also see the Aston Martin residences too. And pretty soon you're going to be able to see the tallest building in Miami that I believe is going to stand at 1,049 feet tall. That is the Waldorf Astoria residences in downtown Miami. They built it to the highest allowable buildable height in downtown Miami. It's going to be the tallest building south of One World Trade Center in New York.
Jordi.
We're gonna walk all the way to the Smith & Wolinski outdoor dining setup because I really want to show you just how really amazing it is. I would argue it's one of the prettiest and most breathtaking outdoor dining setups in the country. If you ever have the opportunity to eat at Smith & Wolinski's, I definitely would do so right at sunset. You can see everybody comes here on the weekends, kind of has outdoor picnics, lots of space for the kids to run around, lots of space for your dogs and for your pets to run around too. And one shot overlooking Fisher Island. Okay, here we are, Smith & Wolinski. They have indoor dining, obviously. They have this bar that overlooks the water. But then all the way on the right-hand side, as you'll see, they have that beautiful outdoor dining setup. Literally sitting right on top of the rocks. Oh wow, look at how small this dog is. Holy crap, that's one of the smallest dogs I've ever seen. It's almost like it's not even real. Okay, here it is.
Then the only thing is when you turn,
Go to the wide angle lens. It's really unbelievable. The first time I saw it, I was so impressed. All right, if you all enjoyed that walking tour of the South of 5th neighborhood here in South Beach, feel free to subscribe for more Miami walking tours. And if you need some help relocating and buying a place down here in Florida, feel free to reach out to me at the email address below, and I'd be more than happy to help you and your family find the perfect place right here in Miami. Thanks so much for watching.